Great, great.
Yeah. Right.
Okay, great. Okay, good afternoon. It's so lovely to see some familiar faces.
Let's
Those
go.
who are new here
Your mom is
is
singing that.
and may I request everyone,
Great.
please mute yourself. Tsagane also help me to mute people as they join. Yeah, it's good to see you guys. Oh, okay. Those that can actually switch on the video just for a few minutes. I haven't seen you guys for a while. And the last time I was actually even sick. So it's good to see you. Please let me have a look. Hi, Doc. How are you? Who
Good in
else?
yourself, Sesuvulani.
Ngiyaphila njani na?
Siyaphila. Umringo usasiphathe right.
That's wonderful. No, that is good. We're still breathing. I think sometimes we take that for granted. That each time the sun comes up, we're having an opportunity to actually do better. So, yeah. Who else is here? Oh, people are running late. Everyone is joining literally right now as we speak. Okay, looks like we might actually have more people than what we initially had. Okay, so I'm recording, and most of you guys are recording also. So don't worry. In case we get switched off or something happens, I think if everyone is recording, please share your recording in case there's a problem at some point. Okay, we have about 6 business cases that we need to go through today. So it is quite a bit of work. But you're gonna start seeing the trend on this, and I'm gonna keep on ask each time when I finish each case. I'm also gonna ask you, what do you think is the problem in this business, and do you think they've articulated the problem properly, and do you think it is what they are looking for they are actually gonna find? Because I think the way you articulate the problem that you have determines the answers that you're going to find. So we need to be very careful on how we articulate the problems, but and frame that problem. And I think some of you, it is very clear that you might have a problem that in your mind you think it's a problem, but you are dealing with a symptom of the problem. A symptom is not going to help you to solve the problem. A symptom is just a result of you not actually achieving the things that you wanted to achieve, but the root cause is maybe you started a business without conducting a research, or you are in a business which you started maybe 15 years ago. Post-COVID, you are still offering exactly the same thing and things have not changed. And you think things are still going to continue the same way they've always ran. So that is what we noticed when we were going through the material. So yeah, let me just check in. Is anyone who just want to share some good news or even some bad news, but share something? Who's available? Whose hand is ready? No one. How, guys?
No.
Tsagane, please. Okay. Let's see. Okay. It seems like I'm just talking to the robots today because whatever that is going on the chat board is actually a robot. Okay, there's Kia. No, the question was, is anything that you guys would like to share? Where you have been, what you have been doing? Yeah, just let's break just have some air or something. Let's just, before we dig deep onto this. Oh, there I see a hand. Please, I don't know whose hand it is. Please go ahead.
Uh, Good afternoon, everyone. I don't know if it's evening. Thank you so much for the invitation and for the outstanding work. It's been a while, yes, indeed. We haven't been seeing each other physically, and then some we have been interacting online. So the good news on our side, I would say that we just acquired the SABS training certificate. Immediately after the training we got at NEF, we went further to at least, make sure that we understand the basic prerequisites of good manufacturing practices and the hygiene, the HACCP. So it's one of the things that has been a plus for us. And then we've been rebranding. Yeah, so it's a work in progress. There are challenges, however. The good thing is that we have been working tirelessly. Also, it has forged some collaborative potentials amongst us with other SMMEs that we have been meeting along the way, and people who are not necessarily SMMEs. Thank you.
Wonderful. Oh, that's such a good news. Oh, that's so sweet. Okay, wonderful. Anyone with some good news, please. Maybe let's use this opportunity to share good news when we're starting, because as entrepreneurs we fail so much and we have such bad stories that good news are so hard to come by. So yeah, please. Who else also has good news here? Okay, so let me share some good news to share. I actually do have some good news. Last year, November, October, we finalized a beef cattle industry transformation program that we designed. And then the past, 5-6 months, we literally have been working tirelessly to identify partners, get the funding for the pilot, and also get people to actually confirm if we're in the right direction and. So we did secure the funding, and we also did secure the partners. And the partners we have secured it's SANIC under SEDEV, which is their developmental wing. We are still speaking with some industry leaders, so we are hopeful that the one, especially within the corporate, will actually join in. And we have also got a partnership with Agriculture Research Council, and we also have now this week finalized Mpumalanga and Northwest University, who are in their programs when it comes to cattle farming. So yeah, that's a good news. But it's a pilot, and from the pilot, we will then panel bid and rework on what we have offered so that we can roll out to 2,500 farmers in South Africa. So yeah, I think that's great news. Yeah, we now need to raise about 15 million to help those 2,500 farmers. But we have a technical team, which is universities. We also have Agricultural Research Council as a part of the technical, and also UJ from the business management side of it. So yeah, it has been, yeah, it has been sure, yeah. So we're now gonna start working tirelessly to raise the capital to actually do this. So when we are sharing with you where we would be saying we're looking for farmers, please share that in different platforms and groups so that we can start pulling up the data, because we are actually going to segment them and categorize the farmers as soon as we are actually finalized, we have signed off on categorization. So yeah, what else has been good? We're still alive, guys. We're still breathing, eh? That counts. And we don't have a limb or a space where we're not feeling so well, other than being fat, you know. So oh, Hedy, thank you. Thank you. Yes. Yeah, 15 million, it's huge, it's big, but it's 15 million over the next 5 years. So we're gonna see from the pilot how many we can enroll. We can screen and profile per quarter and then roll that out. Yeah. Okay, family, yeah. So please share any good news on your side. What worked, what, I mean, because yeah, there's just so many things that are not working out. And also, guys, if you have any partners that you think you can hook us in, please do share the network. Yeah, as I said, we are still talking to some industry leaders within the space. We will be approaching Jobs Fund also. So there is quite a lot of work on the ground that we're gonna need to pull through, but we are very clear on what needs to be done and how. Our solution that we have offered the market, the industry leaders have actually said, yes, that's what has been missing. So we're certain that what we're offering will actually change and transform the industry because we have confirmed with industry leaders. And also we did our research to get to those solutions. So, and we can't wait to share some of those solutions with you also, because some of the content or stuff that we're doing, we will first do it generically and then customize it for beef cattle farmers. Okay, no one with good news. Ow, guys, seriously, no one, not even one tender or one. Ria is saying, hey, she's rough.
It's tough out there. It's very tough, but we're pushing.
See, I know exactly what you mean. Literally, even for me to pull this, it took me a clean 3 years. 3 years doing the research, 3 years doing the research, and a pure 6 months consultation, negotiation, talking to people, building up the system, just 6 months. So woo. I know exactly. It's tough. Yeah, we hope after elections things are gonna start moving. I don't know. Oh, there's one hand. Please come through. There's a hand, Tsakane, I don't know who. Did we lose them? Tsakane? There was a hand. Oh, congratulations for retention of the client. Oh, that's wonderful. That's wonderful, Hedy. That's good. It's always better to retain the clients than losing the clients. So yeah. We have loaded few products also. Zagan have just shared the store. Yeah, okay, perfect. Hedy said my biggest side dream project is still being worked on, but I got someone to help me finally. Wonderful, Hedy. That's good. Thank you. That's good. Thank you. Okay, I'm gonna start with our today's since it seems like we don't have good news. Next time I will make sure everyone has good news. Guys, even being alive is good news. So yeah. Please confirm that you can see the screen.
Yes, we can see.
Perfect. Okay, so guys, before I go to that one, let me stop here and just show you we have over 33, 36 inquiries from the previous sessions we have, where we shared with you the questionnaire, which we are saying, instead of just having questions like on one in a group session like this, because some people also feel uncomfortable articulating themselves, we have then asked them to put it in a questionnaire of some sort, like to extract some information. The only question that I realized when I was analyzing is that I missed to ask people to actually give me a high level SWOT analysis for their business or their problem that they're articulating. So I've added that in. So, but this has helped a lot. I think we have over 33 questions. We have not consolidated the rest. So if you also have questions that have not been answered before, or you felt you needed to expand more on it, please, Zagane, share the link for people to actually complete that form. We will answer them in a group session like this and take cases by cases, but we're also going to figure out another approach, so we'll have a mixture of both. Where there are instances where we will feel maybe we need to bring someone to address those if they are too industry specific, those challenges. So yeah, welcome and thank you for being here. I hope you're gonna learn, but I also want you to, as I'm going through it, for you to start seeing a trend, but also for you to start seeing what is it that that person is doing wrong, and reflect that to your business and say, am I not making the same mistake? I need you to just reflect on that and think about that. So we see. Okay. Are you able to see my screen?
Yes, can see it.
It's an Excel spreadsheet. So,
Yes.
for today, we're only going to deal with the first 6 cases. And then we're going to try to analyze these cases that we have and see what is the trend, and also start pulling in some sort of content and also support structure and design systems around the common theme on these. And I think the last time we pulled the information was on the 27th of March. So Tagane, please remember to share within the groups, but also make sure you share in this group now so that people can actually complete those we have not completed. But also what I wanted you to check is that look at the number of years. Some of you have been doing what you are doing for a very long time, but the fundamentals are still a problem. They are still a big problem. But the good thing about the groups and the stuff that we're doing, this is across the country, so it's everywhere. We have Northwest. I don't think there's a province we do not have in this list. I think possible we're missing KZN, if I'm not mistaken. That's what I didn't see. I think, yeah, we have Free State. We're missing KZN, so we need to do more follow-up on KZN groups. Okay, So that is where we're at. We're gonna pull additional more information, and every week, Tsakane, we will then post once a week for people to complete this form, because it somehow also gives us some sort of a data to see what are the biggest challenges that we are facing. Okay, I'll stop sharing that. And then if there's any question, I will take the questions. And if not, I am gonna share the cases that we're dealing with today, that we're learning from. And thank you so much for those that did complete. We are gonna learn quite a bit on them. So, business case number one, the owner of XYZ Vegan is 42 years old, 10 years in business. She's running two businesses because this vegan one is 2 years old. However, the other business, they have been running it for about 10 years. Okay, but the one that she was really focusing in her question and answers was a vegan business, which is this catering business, which is focusing on the plant base. I'm not gonna read each line. I'm gonna just, because this information that she has provided, we have removed the confidentiality information. So there's no company called XYZ. We've just made that up to remove confidentiality so that we protect people's information. So she had explained herself. I don't know, guys, are you scan readers or do you want to read in detail? How I was thinking of just scan reading and giving you a background, and then we get to the gist of the problems. Let's look at this. Let's spend more time on this. Is that okay? Entrepreneurs, is that okay if I will give you a brief and then we go deeper on the solutions?
Yes, yes.
Okay,
All
perfect.
good.
Perfect. Sakane, please mute. There is some people that are still not muted. I'm having a feeder noise. Thank you. Perfect. Okay. So she's based in Midrand, running this for 2 years. She's also involved in facility management, plus also in farming. I have a big problem with this. I'm highlighting the stuff that I'm gonna be highlighting throughout. In others, I've already highlighted it. I have a big problem with this because this is an indication that this person basically has 3 businesses. Is facilities management, is farming, plus this vegan food business. Guys, it then means you have cut yourself in 45 times because there's about 15 business functions in business. It's just not practical. It's not possible that you can run and manage and things are not going to fall off the cracks, especially if you run this by yourself. It's literally impossible that you succeed in it. So just watch out for that. You will see it across. We are running our businesses like side hustle. Yet every day we wake up to actually work in our businesses. I love what she has though here, where she was saying that long term she intend to actually have a open, mindful eatery with a garden and a yoga and a meditation. I love that because it talks to the upselling. It also talks to the lifestyle. Okay. So what is the biggest problem or biggest challenge she's got? Because that is the gist of what we She's facing, guys, please mute, Tsakane, please mute people, please. We're recording also. Okay. So the biggest challenge she's facing is that rental space is expensive and she lacks the investor funding. And I love the fact that she is very specific to say it's a lack of investor funding, because investor funding, entrepreneurs, is equity. which means she's saying she doesn't have enough money and she has not been able to attract someone who can put more money into the business. As a result, she's also saying it then makes it difficult to run a sustainable operation. She then has come up with a solution of subletting from family and friends spaces for business, but then there's a privacy issues. There's concerns also about those people poaching clients from her or customers. Now, that is her problem. She doesn't, basically she needs capital to start having her own space so that she can then do what she needs to do. But she's struggling with that because she doesn't have a rental place. So my biggest challenge with this case was that she said she's in facility management, but then how come she cannot secure a space? Is she trying to secure a space to prepare the food, or is she trying to secure a space to actually get the needs of the customers? So I don't know. Is this person here, Tsagane, did you make sure that she knows what you are doing a case? Can she answer some of my questions? Okay. Anyway, I hope she will come through. Another issue that I have with this client is that look at the age group. The age group is between 18 to 65. Guys, literally, that is more than 4-5 decades difference. It's literally impossible for you to target all of those people. Yes, everyone needs to be more healthier and eat more vegetables, but not everyone should then also be your client. So my suggestion is that if you are doing something like food, start asking yourself, how can I go more niche? So how can I go more niche? So if I was here, I will actually target the audience. The ideal client is someone who goes to the gym, is people who are gym lovers, so that she can then also strategically partner with gym to actually run and share recipes, but also share what she's doing and then she should also look at partnering even with clinics on some of the things. But I'm saying by her not targeting looking at what that person or that lifestyle of the person who's seeking to eat healthier and think it's a global list of between 18 to 65, then she's gonna miss the mark, because when she has to run an ad on Facebook, who is she gonna be talking to? Surely, as much as I think Facebook has people up to 55 years old mostly. After 55, you start dwindling. So maybe that's not the right platform for that. So again, we just need to make sure that you don't spread across too many generations in your target. Oh, there was a hand. Apologies. Please come through. Is this your business?
Yes, I was Precious. I was saying,
Hi. I'm tearing you apart here, but I have to.
and I'm listening, I'm taking it in, and I'm like,
But can you answer the questions that I have asked?
Oh, yes. Because if you can see, originally the business was based on facility management and farming, then just ventured into the vegan space. But from now on, like for future plans, future everything is based on the vegan side of the business. And the question on the securing a rental space, as I'm into the facility management of things, is most of those things are residential ones. And on my side of things, I need a warehouse. I need a big space where I can manufacture my own like the vegan spices, food, and your plant-based meat alternatives.
Ah, so you are basically looking for a manufacturing space
Yes.
that has a warehousing or a workshop of some sort for
Yes.
you to mix things and stuff. So,
Yes.
okay. And the rental option is too expensive for now because you don't have enough volume to justify that kind of investment.
That's correct. Yes.
So then it means the best way you can actually do this at this point is to say, I have a skill, I have time. What can I do with those resources, with those strengths?
Okay.
So I needed to think about that. Think about, what do I have? I have a skill, I have time, and you can list other things you have, which I don't know. It could be, I have my kitchen, da. List those things for me. And then when I come back, I will ask you what are those things. And then we will see how those things will work out based on the solutions that I am sharing with you.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I will list it.
Perfect. Okay. Now, then what was also shared?
Yeah, can I? Okay.
Oh my word. Tsakane, you are not helping me today. Oh, Tsakane, you are not helping. Where are
Between
you?
the signal as well, like the signal keeps, you try to mute and it just it won't budge.
Oh, okay.
I don't
Yeah,
know if it's on their side as well. Sorry about that.
no problem. Okay, no problem. So I've muted them. Okay, so would you please just also explain this
The age
part?
group.
Not the age group.
Oh,
Not the
okay.
age group. I'm certain you cannot be covering more than 6 decades of people. You cannot. You need to go back and do the research and ask yourself, between that 18 and 65, who is more consciously looking for vegan food and why, and do more research in that space, and then come up with the right market. I will try to do that for you with you now. When we are doing this, I will ask AI Perplexity to assist us.
All right, noted.
There is no way you can't talk to a 10-year-old, an 18-year-old the same way you're gonna talk to a 65-year-old. Literally, it's impossible. Okay. Now, that is one that I promised, but number 2, I also said you must work on what do you have? What is your strength right now? What do you have?
My strength.
Write it down. I will cover some of it in here. Okay, great. So this is gonna have 2 phases. Phase 1, you're gonna need to do market refinement, your target market, like I was saying. Identify the right demographics. Make sure in that demographics, you're also being specific about geographic location, cultural communities, where there's a higher demand for vegan food. But in addition to that, you will then start offering yours. Do the research even to check what is missing. My personal experience has been the vegan food in South Africa is generally not available even in urban areas, but it's also, when it is available, is too starchy, i.e. it's got too much carbs, and it's also bad carbs. It's actually refined carbs. So if you go vegan, but you also make sure that is a wholesome, is almost like is a full grain.
food.
It's not.
It's whole
Yeah,
food.
it's
Right.
a whole. Yes, I think you will then have a right niche. You will be doing what others are not doing in South Africa. Number two,
Yes.
I think in your target refinement, you need to think about making microwave food that is vegan. When you go to the shops right now, majority of what we are picking up when you're looking for vegan, or frozen food, it's not vegan, it's meat. So, and right now, the South African market is gonna move to very aggressively to frozen microwave food. In the next 3-5 years, there will be a huge exposure on that. The last part, it might also targeting certain niches like keto vegan, and for people who are actually dieting, for people who actually are trying to deal with insulin resistance, and I think those are the niches that you're gonna find within the upper class market, and they are looking for that type of food. So work on that, refining your target market refinement. Once you have done, and maybe you have like a meal prep stuff done for a week, you can also share that in local clubs, supermarket, but clubs, running clubs, including gyms. You can also share your thing with the people that sell water. And because people who buy water are more likely also to be people who are conscious about the food they eat.
Yes.
You might also have to partner with the fresh produce markets so that you actually find yourself to have a stand as you are testing the market. Just go to different markets and different platforms to get yourself test the market, but also set up a shop on like some sort of a e-commerce shop. Find an e-commerce shop that is free. You don't need to pay a monthly fee for subscription, so that people can place an order and pay, and then you then prepare meals for them and deliver meals to them. Target professionals that are actually stay alone or executives, and that is how I think you can make money. That's what I mean when I say target market refinement.
All right, noted. Yeah, I wrote everything down.
Okay, great. And then I need you also to go back to your drawing board and rework on your business focus in terms of aligning your goal. I love your long-term that you have. I can actually even see a picture of it. And I am saying, try to align a bigger picture of wellness, encourage wellness, and the umbrella of food being one section, yoga being one section. And if I was you, I will not say yoga. I will say something else, but that covers things relating to yoga and other forms. The reason being, wellness is very broad, so it allows you also to bring partners that you can work with over time, because then they will be the one who are buying the food. Understand, you should be creating a community around your solutions that you are providing, and a community that's going to support you consistently and give you feedback. And what do I mean? I am saying, think of it strategically, what you are doing. Be broader, but at the same time, know how you're going to get to a bigger picture of what you want to achieve.
Okay, yes, noted. Noted that.
And I've made the examples of possible people that you can actually be pulling them as a community to work with. And my suggestion also is target catering companies and offer them your vegan menu.
Oh, yes.
Don't look at them as though they're gonna look at you as a competitor. No, you position yourself as a specialist, as a niche.
Oh,
And
yeah.
because they sometimes cannot do it, they wing it, and then they end up losing clients.
Okay.
So, and when you want to go niche and work on it. And I love the fact that you also want to manufacture and produce. That's amazing. And that is so good, and making sure also that you build on that. So rework on that. Those ideas that you have, put them on your business focus so that you're going to have a clear business activities and strategies on how you're going to build on that. Now, sis, you're going to need to recapitalize your business, which means no more chowing off the man. Whatever money that you have, you can't pay for school fees with it. You're gonna need to say, hey, kids, dad, maybe let's send them to, to a cheaper school or stuff like that. Because when you start without capital, you are literally strangling a child before the child can actually even walk or breathe. I also would like you to consider asking yourself, what is it that you already have which you can work with to help you build from what you want to build now? Use your 10 years experience and ask yourself, who can you bring on board to actually for partner collaboration, joint venture? And some of it might actually be even partnering with certain people, even for shows, where you are a regular on a show once a month, on a cooking show. You're the one who will then be doing the vegan menus and stuff. And in South Africa, I think we do need that. We're big meat eaters, and diabetic. There's a whole list of problems we have.
It's not good for the environment also.
Yeah, there's a whole list of things. You had me talking about a beef cake, literally, yeah.
Anyway. You're my first target.
No. Actually, Mina, I don't mind not eating the meat. I mean, the first 3 months of this year, I was actually eating. I was a vegan. I gave up the vegan when I started traveling quite a bit because I couldn't find the food. There was no food. And one time I was at Mpumalanga at the spa, and I'm asking them, don't they have vegetarian? And they showed me salad. And then they showed me mixed veg. And I said, no, don't you have like beans, chickpeas? It's like nothing.
They'll show you chips, like fried chips, potato chips.
Yes. And I said, no, those are the veggies. No, that's not it. Yeah.
No, okay, I've noted all that down.
So when you have built that business focus, you can then sequence your business growth. And I think I have but you are building from a strong foundation. I've mentioned strategic partners, but I also want you to be very clear about value chain integration. Value chain integration basically means you shouldn't do everything in the market, but have partners that you are integrated with in your value chain, from the local farmers in sourcing the organic produce all the way to your eco-friendly suppliers for the packaging, to the wellness centers and the gyms. And that's what I mean about the value chain integration.
I can see Jabu's vegetables produce.
Absolutely. So that's what I mean. So use this. And by the way, we will share this with you guys in the so you can then cut and paste and use this as your pointers as you are building up your strategy. Okay, so that's phase one, my dear. Phase two, is that we have to consider the option of having a shared kitchen space. Right now in the South African market, especially post-COVID, there is a lot of assets that are not being fully utilized because people have moved from actually working from offices permanently to moving to working at home. But also there is cost working spaces that are not necessarily fully utilized because of that. That used to have canteens. So my suggestion is that start aggressively looking into that.
Oh, yes.
Great. And then I think if you do this the right way and you package it in the right way, you will attract the right investor. And I also think start doing showcases, exhibitions, and also start branding yourself strongly and showing yourself how you will attract the funder, but also look at in terms of grants, crowdfunding, and also loans. Don't look only on the long-term loans, look at the short-term loans just to keep you going at the beginning.
Oh, okay. Yeah, noted.
And then, okay, so private concerns, I think that's going to be okay. So I think the poaching of people when they're poaching, it's people who don't respect you. It's people who are undermining you. What I will request is that we tell people how they should treat us by the way we treat ourselves. First, ask yourself, am I firm with myself on the things that I'm committed to? If the answer is yes, how come I'm not portraying that to people that work around me? And also, when you are picking that there is that poaching, you need to actually confront that person and talk to that person direct and cut that person out of your life. Anyone, guys, who steals from you anything does not deserve to be around you.
Yes.
Is mbungulu nje, guys. No. Is mbungulu is no. They will suck you dry. You want people who will say, you know what, I like what you're doing. How can we part? That's the right person to work with.
Yes.
But
Collaboration.
A person who's gonna go behind your back and do things, and that's not the person to be associated with.
Okay.
I wasn't sure about the business listing. Were you talking about in terms of the search engine optimization?
I'm trying to see.
Okay, never mind. I think you were in there. You were talking about with the business listing. It has been stagnant. So there is suggestions and solutions, but if that's not what it is, no problem. I've spent way too much time on your business, but I'm glad you are here. And if you have additional questions, you can provide them now. Let's discuss them, and then we then close and ask other entrepreneurs to contribute also.
Oh, okay. So far, I don't have any questions. I think I need to go back to my drawing board and, like, as you've said, list all those things and do the market refinement, the value chain, the business focus. I think, I need to, come up with a well defined market plan in a way.
Yeah, the strategy, your growth strategy should be vertical strategy. Vertical strategy, my dear, it goes straight on the value chain. It doesn't go like this. So let's talk about my business. Maybe that's gonna be easier because I know where I'm at and what I'm doing. So in my business, I don't have a vertical strategy. I have a horizontal strategy.
Okay.
We are a consultancy firm, but that consulting firm, what it also does, it provides training, mentorship, and coaching, plus also publication, right? We publish what we have picked up.
Okay.
So we basically are working on the same skill, solving the problem for the same person. Do you see that? And
Yes.
also talking to the same people. So that's a horizontal strategy. That's not vertical. It's only vertical if I train the person. Once I've trained the person, I work with them to register the business. Once they've registered the business, I mentor them and coach them. Once I've coached them, I then help them to find funding. No, that's not my strategy.
Oh, okay.
My strategy is to pick them up at whatever stage that they're in. That is horizontal then.
Oh, okay. So mine is vertical strategy.
Because it's gonna be vertical strategy means you're gonna need to think about where is that produce come from, my ingredients come from. From that, where they come from, how do they get to the table of the customer? And when they're at the table of the customer, what happened to that plate they are using that they had used as a package? Because you can't be dishing the food. You are saying innovation, you are saying health, environment, and all that, and then you are using a plastic.
No.
Exactly. So that's why it's gonna need to be vertical, but also yours need to be vertical because you want a consistent support system to be able to do what needs to be done. Whereas with me, I do need support, but I don't need to depend on it. I can go direct to the market that I'm targeting to test my product. This forum is for that. This forum we created that.
Hey, and one will think we know a lot about business, 10 years in business, but actually zero knowledge.
Don't worry, my dear. That's why I was saying to people they should just check and look at the number of years that so that they don't feel inadequate. They don't feel, I don't know much. You are at the right place at the right time. See, maybe before you didn't have these challenges. That's why you couldn't ask those questions. But now you're at the right place to be able to ask those questions and say, am I doing this the right way? Is this the best I can do?
Oh, yes.
Okay, so now you need to work on your strength and also on, based on what I've shared with you. Use Perplexity also to help you with the research. Work out, ask it, or who are the plant-based eaters in South Africa, or users, or people that love the food, I mean, South Africa look at what Netflix is got also. Start reading and checking. I promise you are going to find the answers so that you can limit your age group and the demographics and your location. So that even when you are now doing your advert and advertising, you have restricted it to those locations. Now, using your skill as a chef, I think you can earn a living with a minimum capital investment because you don't have enough cash. You can be you can provide a personal chef services for families and also for individuals. You can also do pop-up dinners and on events, and you can also make sure that you do meal delivery or in even subscription services and
Oh.
work with a dietitian who actually has prescribed certain food. So which means the dietitians can also be in your value chain.
Oh.
So you can actually subscribe for meal delivery for people to order food like in a normal restaurant, but still you are cooking in your normal kitchen because it's based on the order. You can also provide online cooking classes. You can also write a book. You can also have a YouTube to build up your brand. See, you can start with what you have now and build on it.
I'm a
That's
very
what
shy.
about focusing on your strength. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you. And I'm a very shy chef. That's why I prefer being behind the scene. So yeah, I'll try to.
Let me say this. The nature of the work that you are doing, it's not the need for South Africa. It is a lifestyle, right? Therefore, because it is a lifestyle, it is a personality thing. People are gonna buy you before they buy your product, my dear. So ask yourself, go back to the drawing board. Why are you shy? It could be some horrible grandmother or horrible auntie, even a mom or a dad who just somehow didn't like you for some reason, will tell you things, we are pa, or this and this, whatever case, and that is why you are in a shell. Work on that shell.
All right, no, I'll definitely work on it.
And if you need some counseling, I'm here.
Now we're going vertical.
Now I'm going vertical. No,
We're going vertical.
it is, yes, it is. Who we are is defined by who raised us. What were their own wounds that they were trying to heal through us?
Yeah, yes. No, noted.
I feel you. I can feel you know exactly what I'm talking about.
Yes. That's the reason why my camera is off, but talking behind the scene, I'm very talkative, but camera, very shy. All right, no, thank you so much. Thank you, Sis.
You're welcome, my dear. Thank you. Okay, guys, what have you learned? Please, there's Sunny Kesa say he has a Photoshop studio. He can come and render and take photograph for your food and stuff. Yeah, so you even have what? Someone who's
yes, my social media skills are not so good.
Exactly. So yeah.
Oh yes, I do. Okay, I'll type the name of the company and the Instagram handle on the chats.
Yes. Someone can do an audit on your social media and then come up with some proposals for you and stuff. Yes. Amazing. Great.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay, let's move to case number 2. We are so slow, guys. It's already 6. Yo. Okay, case number 2. Okay, is this case number 2 also available? Let me just make sure. There's a hand. Please come through.
Yeah, so Jabu. I've got like also a question here based on like what Osinsibo just mentioned about like on her case study that like she also like lacks some finances to say, you know. So you mentioned in the end like investor, you know, which like since like she doesn't have like enough finances, it is quite difficult for her to invite an investor or someone who might want to invest into her business, you know. Of which like I feel that like is the very same case that I am at, you know, but like I've took a leap of faith, then invited an investor without having like enough finances, but I think I took something like a loan. So but like I'm having some difficulties on like how to draft the contract on that loan with that particular investor.
Okay, so first of all, generally an investor is not a loan. Remember, guys, a loan is a debt, whereas an investor is an equity. That person will be part of shareholders.
Okay.
You must have noticed that with her, that's the last thing that she will do. She still have a whole list of things. I am saying the reason why she doesn't attract, she has not been able to attract the investor in her business is because she has not invested on a strategy and branding and building her profile. When you have a right profile, you will be able to attract the funders.
Okay.
Maybe that may not apply to you direct. Ask yourself, do you have a clear strategy? Do you have the right brand? Have you built enough awareness about your product and your offering? Because then it means you have tested your concept. It's now building on that.
Yes, I've done all of that, ma'am. Like I've done all of that. Yeah, I've done all of
So
that. Yeah.
then I am saying to you, you can't, the stuff that you want to draft, you can't draft it when you're not even calling it the right thing. Sit down
Okay.
with that person, figure out if whether they are giving this to you as a shareholder, equity, and what percentage is that worth, and then make sure you do evaluation before you finalize that contract, and then sit with someone who will assist you to draft the letter. And that is why most of you are from the NEF. Yolelo was one of the people who were sharing certain templates. If you can't find the templates that Yolelo shared, contact Yolelo. You rather pay Yolelo 2,000 rand to draft a letter for you than you signing something which you might actually lose your money on it.
Okay. Yes, yes.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
I see there's a hand.
Good evening once again. I was taking notes because we're in a similar position, not entirely but similarly. So my question is based on the bylaws. Normally, when you are in the food industry, you know that when you go for compliance issues, the first documentation of compliance is from the municipality that
Yeah,
now you are a
yes, yes.
business. So you have what you call R638, and that document is very much difficult to obtain it when you are operating from home. I tried.
Hang on.
Mm.
What is the scale? This is for you to get you started.
Yeah,
Yes.
I'm saying Uguti, at this case, at this point in time, you find that now you want to go fully commercial, and there's a case in this.
You can't go full commercial, my brother, when you don't have enough clients that you can cover your break even. You're gonna need to build up first the units, the consistency of orders with the current
demand.
resources you have. And then as you build on that, start then renting. Rent based on the need. So you negotiate with someone to say, can I rent your kitchen on these dates? Because you already have now the orders. You're starting to have some consistency. And as you build your business, then you then commit. The problem with most people, most of the time, they overinvest on capital, i.e. the infrastructure, this compliance, but the orders do not justify that.
Yes.
That's
yes.
why I was even saying, consider being a personal chef first, to just get you going, to get you income, get you to test the things you want to test. That's why I was also saying, consider actually you are part of a team of another catering company, but when you're only just doing vegan. Because all of those strategies are about you crawling first before you can run. You can't from day one or the first 2 years go straight commercial, not unless the number of units you are selling justify the full commercialization.
Okay. Yes. Suspicions. Yes, I know. I'm not sure who was it Dr. someone. In regard to the COA, I do have a COA because
You have
do
been in
markets.
catering.
Yes, no, I do. Yes, I work in catering and I go to like your vegan markets. I'm always there, the vegan markets, and you know, like your Saturday and Sunday markets, just to raise capital. And I know I can't be selling food without that certificate. So I have that. That's why I'm subletting. So I'm using it's just a small little kitchen so that I can get that certificate just to to show like the hygiene and all those things. But for now, yeah, I don't know if I answered you there. Yeah.
No, you have, and I think all I'm cautioning you on is to over investing on capital which you can't even meet half of the volume
No, the
because
demand
of the demand, because you don't have a demand yet.
Yes.
Okay, I see there's Joel's hand is up. I don't think we're gonna finish all these cases. Joel, please come through. Okay, he's not talking. Then I'm moving on. Okay, so this person is in hospitality. So I think as they were answering the question, they forgot why they were answering, because when it came to what is their biggest challenges in this A, B, and C hospitality business, they said security. I think it's sales and marketing. So that's why I scratched that. And I like though what they had done here, but I felt, firstly, the security industry that they have targeted is highly saturated, meaning there's lots of companies that are doing exactly what they are doing. It's also a mass production service business, which means you're gonna need to get a lot of clients to make a lot of money, because the amount that is being charged is actually small in relation to the investment. And therefore, my request for this person is to go more niche. Look to see what other security companies are not doing, which you will do. If you cannot attract the customers, you cannot acquire more customers, rather get out. Rather also consider selling the security equipment, be an agent in selling the security equipment to the household, plus also to the security companies. Consider just doing that to build yourself up. I like though the idea you have about actually expanding to events, hosting space. That's a good idea. It's just that number of events have reduced. The events industry post-COVID has reduced. It has not recovered since COVID. Marketing and branding strategy, plus also financial planning is important. Consider, as I said, going niche, but go to industries where, I guess, for example, in the cattle industry, you can actually do cattle security. So providing equipment for cattle tracking. You can provide also high-profile children protection. There is so many niches. Analyze the crime stats in your area and your target and figure out what is it that other security companies are not doing that you can do. But you cannot come to a market that is saturated, meaning there's too many players in it or there's too much competition, and come with the same offering. I think when you're explaining what you want to do, you are coming with exactly the same offering as everybody. You cannot be everybody in an environment where there's too many people operating in the space. I do not know if this person is here. Does that person want to come through so that maybe we can discuss more? What do I mean when I say go more niche? Sagane, is anything that I need to know? I can see.
Not here. She's not here, but I think we can leave the comment and then they will see the recording.
Okay. Is there any other comments that I didn't hear? Or I didn't see. Paulina said, I make my own burger patties and pizzas, chocolate, cakes and sweets. How do I get them out in the retail? So Paulina, my request is that identify the retailers. Recently, Boxer, Hair and the Spa and Checkers, they are actually running programs for enterprise and supply development programs. Join those. Pick and Pay also have a program. Woolworths has also a program. Please look at the retailers' programs and enroll as their suppliers. They will then take you through and they will then start taking your product and your offering. Also look at the dailies, your local dailies, and also have your e-commerce shop, Paulina. That is how you can actually get your product into the market. Do the same thing, go to fresh produce market and start selling so that you can test also your product. Joel, please type your question. Okay, great. Anga is saying that's mouthful. Okay. Somebody's shaking. Okay, I'm double checking if I'm not missing. Okay, you got it, Paulina. You got it. And if you need additional more support, complete the form so that I can then guide you more on that. But I think what I've given you now is more than enough. Just target those 5 that I've given you. You will be very clear though, who is your target market. Guys, you can't sell the same thing that you are selling at Woolworths, and you are also selling the same thing at Checkers. They are not the same LSM. If you're gonna sell at Checkers the same thing that you are selling at Woolworths, it means it's gonna be a Checkers in suburb, not a Checkers in the township. So please, Paulina, do your proper marketing research on what is your positioning of your product.
Hey, hi. Yes, hi, Auspicious. You know what, on company ABC, I think on the security, like that part where they wrote security, I'm not sure if on my side I'm interpreting it wrong, but because I find it's also my challenge. It's also a challenge in my business when it comes to security, because when you go to markets, you're handling money, it's cash. And, you know, sometimes South Africa, it's no longer safe. I know you've got your Yoko, you've got all those things, but there are those who prefer to pay cash and carrying a lot of cash, driving from 4 ways to Midrand. You know, security, it's a serious issue. So I don't know how maybe someone.
Absolutely, they can offer security services then to farmers market, target farmers market. Possible.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
Okay, so this person, Tsagane, has this person attended? Is this person here? Okay, I think Tsakane, we are losing Tsakane a little bit. Guys, are you learning from this though? Are you understanding and learning?
Yes, definitely. No.
Yes, we are learning. Maybe you can use my case study if you have it there on your slides.
Okay, we have about 6 cases, so I'm on 3 now. So let me work on that. I don't know though if yours is also on the 6. Remember, we have additional other 36, 37 questions that we still need to go through. And we'll go through this over the next 3-4 weeks. And I will not try to go as deep as this because I wanted you guys also to see what's the common theme so that you go back to your drawing board and work on those things. Already there's quite a lot of commonality between case 1 and case 2. So let's now go to case 3. You will see again another commonality there. And then Harold, please complete the questionnaire that Tsakane has shared so that then we include you on the list. It's gonna be difficult for me to answer the questions that you guys have on the WhatsApp group, I mean on the chats, because we need more information than just understanding that you are in still and you want to grow it. Do you understand what I mean? There's more information that we need to be able to provide this detail on the strategy and the plan, and also deal with the root cause on what is it that you are experiencing. There is someone who's saying, Precious, I'm everywhere. That's funny. You already know what your problem is when you say I'm everywhere. Work on understanding and working on one sector, one industry. And I know some of you are gonna say, but Precious, right now you are diversifying. You spoke about farming and yes, I am diversing, but I have spent more than 13 years in one space. I have never done anything except finance and strategy and business management. There's nothing else that I've done except those 3 things since I started this business. But that also ties back to my qualification, ties back to my experience. It ties back to what I do every day. Even as a board member in the board positions that I sit in. So, and that is the thing. What we have picked up in these is that entrepreneurs are not capitalizing on what they already have. The skill set, the experience, the networks that they already have. Instead, they start another industry all over again. So, yeah. So, okay. So Anga says, anyone in agri-space, especially doing poultry, plant, and veggies, let's connect. Okay, so she's looking for network, beverage, gin and vodka. Amazing, great. Please send us that questionnaire because that questionnaire tells us what exactly is your problem, but also your age group so that we can see which things you are more likely to adapt to, but it also tells us which area you are at, because then we can test your positioning and so on. So there's a lot of things that we are asking from you, but the questionnaire is not long, it's about 5-7 minutes. Yes, it is good to have more than one product to enlist in stores. That is good. However, my suggestion is that bring both product and test. Start running campaigns in the store, which is called in-store promotion, to test your product so that you don't waste your time. You don't waste your time offering a product which the market doesn't want. Okay, guys, let me move on to case number 3. Case number 3, they basically, these guys are this guy is a sales agent for Diaper, adult Diaper. And what I was not sure of is that he's got 17 years experience in the industry, but then there was a 4 years where he's specializing. So I guess that's what this is. And then you drill down, he's a chairperson on the NPO for disability people, where then that is where he was motivated to start this adult diaper supplying of this product. But then he then explained his challenges. He says the primary obstacle faced by this adult diaper service provider is that he frequently has a shortage of stock due to the fact that they actually have outsourced the manufacturing of the diapers. Okay. I mean, my feeling when I was reading this was that it doesn't sound like he got inspired by working in this space, but he then did not expand his market. He is in this disability community, but it didn't expand to another market, which is called old age homes. So he needs to, yes, target disability people, but also look at the old age homes and local clinics and local hospital and rehabilitation hospitals to be the supplier to those. But he can also sell the adult diapers to the retailers, Pick and Pay shops, Discam, da. So he has to actually work and build a clear marketing strategy. He cannot be talking about manufacturing these diapers because it does not have sufficient volume. You're gonna need to have sufficient volume, and then as you build up the orders and you're having consistency in that, you will then start applying for funding to actually buy equipment to make these. For now, you're gonna need to actually work with that. But it was also very clear that because the orders are inconsistent, he's not managing, he doesn't do a stock assessment. He doesn't know what are the lead times of his stock. He doesn't monitor the demand trends, and he has not created a supplier relationship so that he knows how long the supplier will take to deliver after he has placed the order. By him working on this and the production line inventory management practices, it will then improve his issue of the shortage of stock. He might need also to consider diversifying the suppliers so that it doesn't rely just on 1 or 2 years, 3 or 4. And then when the orders are not available on the other one, he can then place the orders on. But he can also make them compete with each other or on the offering. He can also invest in having a software inventory management system that helps him to automatically reorder the stock, but also that monitors the consumption and also track the stock level. He needs person to invest time in training people and making sure they understand how the system works, those guys that are working with him when he's selling the products. He needs to work with the customer and build up the market. That will be the phase 2, market expansion, which I've already mentioned. Get a feedback from clients on which brands is better, which product is better, so that he stick with one product over time and one supplier, so that also he has a consistent product. Because again, choosing different products, sometimes the quality cannot be guaranteed. Branding and building up the brand, that is important, both online and offline, social media, and setting up the e-commerce store for people to place the orders. And he needs then also to be involved in community partnerships, build up also a relationship so that this initiative is seen as a creation of jobs, and over time that will assist him also when he's raising capital, and invest on the team. So that would be my suggestion on his stuff. So. Okay. Okay, I'm checking the chat box. Okay, someone is running workshops on firefighting. Okay, great, thank you. Share your flyers, please, on with us if you need. But also firefighting is going to depend on the location you're at, so yeah. Okay, guys, is there any question? I don't know if this person is here. You said he's not here, Tsagane?
No, he's not
I
here.
am here.
Most
I
they
am
actually
here.
all these people they were did you come back?
I'm here. Case
Oh,
for
yeah,
it.
yeah. Hi, how are you? Do you have any questions?
Mine is peaceful.
Excuse me?
I think mine is peaceful.
Oh, it's case 4. Okay, let's move to case 4 then. Okay, great. If case number 3 is not here for questions, that is fine. And there's no one else who wants to ask the questions. Okay, you have been operating for about 4 months on this business. You are doing tree felling, weed control, and gardening services. 45 years old. And the reason why this business was created was to provide creating wealth for the family. You also are involved in renting of back rooms. You have a clear strategy to build up, and your customer is B2B, focusing on organizations and that are concerned about maintenance, not necessarily safe, but maintenance and an environment. Homeowners Association, yes. So I felt when I was looking at this, you are clear on who your customers are and you are clear about your strategy. But my feeling was, based on what you have done, you are not reading the writing that is obvious on the wall. Meaning what? The market is highly saturated, meaning there's so many players. Number 2, the reason why there's so many players is because this provides the lowest skill set and capital. Where in an environment where there's a high unemployment, the competition is going to be fierce. You did not also conduct a market research to figure out what is it that the current service providers are doing, or excuse me, are not doing that you should be doing. So in the eyes of the customer, you look exactly the same as any other guy. So by reading what you have shared, I couldn't figure out how are you different from any other company. My suggestion is that do a deeper research, do what is not being done, avoid competing with people who have done this for over years, and also use your skill and experience and build from that and your passion. You can't just choose. And guys, there are lots of opportunities out there. Lots of opportunities. Stop choosing things that are easy because you think you're gonna have quick money. You're gonna offer, no, it doesn't matter what marketing strategy you're gonna come up with. If the market is oversaturated, it means they are not enough. There's not enough demand. There's too much supply. And that is what I mean when I say the writing is on the wall, but you are choosing to ignore it. As much as you will do marketing and visibility, but you're gonna need to do it to show off how are you different. I also believe even if you were to do this testimonial and case studies, you are more likely not to attract the right volume. So just be careful about that. Consider diversifying. Diversifying meaning from the tree felling, process the tree felling stuff, i.e. shred, for example, the trees and provide and produce a compost from that, including the weed control, so that you then target other people like yourself who are landscaping or who are gardeners to actually use your product. So this now, your strategy is going vertical. Consider having that. Consider producing something, then providing a service. Yeah, I think the strategies, some that I have provided you, are just too generic for your market. Your market is just it's got too many people that are doing this. You need to go back to the drawing board and analyze the market and figure out what is it that others are not doing that they should be doing. I mean, we are seeing even nurseries closing down. We're seeing, so the market is really we are in recession. We're deep in recession right now. So things like that service. I mean, I used to get my gardener 3 times a week. Now he comes once a week. Market is bad, guys. There's no money. So just consider that. I also believe, find what God has put you in this earth for, and use that to guide you on how should your family live. That is important. How can you live from that? And I think you will find the answers if you go deeper, if you allow yourself and trust the universe that it will provide.
Okay, thank you so much. That is some of the things that we have actually noticed, that, to really get a market is a challenge. And there are a lot of people, informal landscaping. Actually, I just got a report somewhere, a study that was done. And just to look at that, and we realize that, we are in an informal market that does not have really, it's highly saturated, especially in individual households. And we try also to look at the big players to see what makes them to thrive whatsoever. And then I realized, this is a long way.
Yeah.
So we also considered the issue of, when we apply for the funding, we considered the issue of getting a cheaper wood cheaper, because most of the people who does the tree felling, they don't have wood chipper where you can, as you said, you can shred the wood.
You can shred it and use things, yeah.
Yeah.
So
and we also
I'm glad you are seeing it. So now it's about time for you to do something else and figure out other things. Guys, especially for your level, I can hear as you're talking that you are educated. Guys, don't do tasks of people who are not educated. Don't do something which someone who has standard 7 can do when you have a matric, when you have a degree, when you have an experience. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because you are undervaluing yourself in the market.
So when I was really doing the analysis, because I'm also a researcher, so I started to realize that the area, actually, when it comes to environment, there is a huge gap when it comes to training, and also the part of research in climate, because this is where one of the area of priority when it comes to climate change in research. So we want to see if we can get create maybe manuals where you can also do some training. We have realized that most of the organizations, they want people to be trained on environmental issues, which there is a gap. So we are trying actually to understand the industry and get to learn, because this is a new industry for us, I must say.
That sounds wonderful. So let us know when you have identified the niche in whichever environment it is that you intend to operate in. And come back, let's discuss that idea once we have worked that out. And I have never met you, but by hearing you, I knew you were educated, but you are doing a job of someone who didn't go to school. Do you realize that? Okay, I don't know if she's able to hear me. So, and that applies to all of you entrepreneurs. Okay, let me move fast so that we can finish before 7, so that I don't run out of time. So, XYZ Construction is a 40-year-old with 5 years experience in the industry. So this one, I don't even know what to say. Oh, with the 3 years in paving, bricks, painting, plastering, cleaning, concrete work. I don't know. Last year, I was running training. I ran a training with over, about 60 contractors with National Construction Incubate. Guys, you are not reading the writing on the wall. How many companies in South Africa in the past 5 years have liquidated in construction? How many? Do you know? Do we have this person in this class, in this session, Tsagan?
No. She didn't. She said network problems. She couldn't make it.
No problem. So, guys, the writing is on the wall. Construction company is a tender business. Tender business is not a business. We are waiting for someone to do a RFQ or do a tender. That's not a business. Number 2, if there are so many construction companies that are liquidating, what chance do you think you have with no capital, no long-term infrastructure? Are you actually gonna make it in this industry? This person should not necessarily position themselves in this manner. I really believe that the best way they can position themselves right now in the market is to position themselves as property developer. Because this thing of them thinking they're gonna acquire the clients by waiting for an order is just not gonna work. They need to identify where is the problem in the construction and real estate industry. And the problem is not the orders and the cash flow. The problem he has, we don't have enough orders in the country. There's not enough infrastructure projects going around. Even if you analyze listed companies right now within the real estate industries, they are not operating even at 60% capacity because there's just not enough orders. And therefore, this person should position themselves as a property developer, get to be trained. I think HDA is conducting several trainings, getting themselves accredited to build social housing, student accommodation, middle class, which are between 300 to 1 million. And from that point, and then build up business cases so that they can then be able to do what? To actually sell houses instead of positioning themselves as a construction waiting for an order, waiting for someone to buy. People are moving more to rental than buying houses because the economy is so bad. So yeah, that's my feedback to this person. They cannot think the same way they were thinking before COVID.
Or student accommodation, because I can see there's a lot of students with accommodations.
Right there's 500,000 beds that are short. I've mentioned student accommodation there. There's 5,000 beds that are short. I think there's over 14 million social housing. There's plus or minus about 3 million on the middle class housing, shortage in housing. They just don't want to do the research. People are lazy. People are lazy to think. People are lazy to read the market, understand the market. They somehow believe and think they're just going to act the same way they've always acted and hope they will be okay. Case number 6. Are we still learning, entrepreneurs? I know you guys don't like me when I tell you your stories.
No,
it's
we
too
are
much.
learning. We are learning.
It's too much. Truth hurts.
And as I said, this applies to all of you. You must see a commonality thing, a certain theme. A certain theme in all 5 cases. No deep research, no analyzing what works in that industry. Guys, you're not going to come up with your own strategies. You're going to need to look at the biggest players in the market and ask yourself, what strategies are they implementing? Number 3, you're also going to need to realize that your business is built from your personality, from who you are and what you stand for. When you don't know who you are, you're not going to build anything. And that's important. Now, let's move to case number 6. This owner is this owner here. Owner ran a training and development, 13 years experience, 51 years old. I had so many questions on this, even though they did complete the questionnaire. 1, it was not clear what exactly was the training that is being provided. 2, is this training accredited or not? What's the age group of the people that you are targeting? Are you training people for youth, targeting the youth, or are you training people in a certain age or people who have done? So it was very unclear. NQF level, what? It was, because even if it's uncredited, you still need to know if there is some sort of an alignment on the NQF. Also, it was because we don't know whether the training course is accredited or not, then we not going to be able to answer them what is the correct funding model. We also ask what research do they do first before offering this product or this offering to the market? How certain are they that the market needs this? And I also wanted to know, are they the only one who's providing this training service? I also picked up again another mistake. Age group is too wide, between 18 to 59. More than 3 generations indeed, that this person is targeting. They're also, it seemed to me, they're selling to people who are supposed to be looking for jobs, but she's selling a business opportunity. Maybe then I'm saying you can't convert someone who's an employee who wants to actually be an employee to be an entrepreneur, because this needs a different character and caliber. And I then thought maybe that person needs to consider starting a manufacturing plant of what they're teaching and then employ people, because then those people will earn a living by being employed. Guys, there's nothing wrong by being employed, because there are certain people who are designed to be employees, but there are certain people who are designed to be also leaders who can be entrepreneurs. Now, I also wanted to just articulate, this person has been operating this for about a year, but guess what? They have 13 years of experience in the industry. Why? Why now? Where is this market that they've done? They are also running this like a side hustle. They're also in agriculture, lack of focus. I was happy with how they articulated their strategy and the things that they want to do. But I also felt the way they were positioning themselves, they didn't create a value. They were positioning themselves as though they are just helping. Guys, university charge money for providing training. Why can't we charge money as private companies? There's lots of money to be made in training, guys. So we then need to make the money in training. And if people don't understand or know what you're offering or cannot differentiate, then that's another story. Again, you must be clear what is it that you're offering. I didn't like this because when I looked at the target, they said they are targeting B to G. B to G is government. How can government be their target? And then look at this. So look at this and look at that. It doesn't talk to one another. The age group versus the government, it doesn't talk to one another. They're saying they're targeting government agencies to partner, to provide. Guys, you cannot depend on those government agencies. They run out of money all the time. You're ready to figure out how to go to the market by yourself. Ideal client that they were offering this to, it's someone who's broke. Be careful about that, guys. You don't want to be me providing valuable products and services and not getting paid, and you are not able to sustain yourself. You're gonna need to run a sustainable business yourself. So just be careful about targeting someone who's also broke. Okay, what else did I pick up on this? So I did provide them with additional support on what they can do to build up, but that's the gist of the key takeaways. Okay, guys, I'm gonna stop sharing and go to the chat box and also get some questions and ideas and feedback. Yeah. There's not much on the chat box. Okay. Sipo says, okay, Sipo says, guys, okay, is that Sipo? I don't understand. Am I skipping? Did I skip? Okay, I think I am skipping. Sagane, will you please help? Okay, Sipo says, hi guys, I have recently qualified as a pest control specialist with a license and public liability insurance, but I'm still struggling getting the work. What am I doing wrong? We don't know what you're doing wrong. Try to complete the questionnaire because the questionnaire is going to help us here. There's a possibility that you didn't have a target market. Number two, your marketing strategy, as a result, your sales is not working out. But also, this pest control specialist, how did you select that? How did you know that there was a demand for it? Because if you're doing something which there is no demand for, you will not have sales. So yeah, I don't know what you're doing wrong. Complete the form, but look at these three things: target market, demand, and also ask yourself, which area am I at? What we have noticed, another thing we have noticed, you guys, when you talk about pest control specialists, you focus on the household. Whereas the household might actually not be the right market for you. Maybe you should be focusing on the businesses that have that problem of the pest control issues. So yeah, so just consider looking into that. So again, Tsagane, please share the link. Francina says, "This precious. My name is Francina Monene, traveling and tours. I have been in tourism for a long time. I've accumulated a lot of principle. There's a lot of work outside, a lot of work outside, and my challenge is funding, as the tender I have to do with getting paid, and I don't have. Oh, I get my sister. you have bigger problems than just. First of all, if you cannot account your own money, Francine, you don't have financial statements, there is no one who's going to fund you. Just stop playing around. There's no one who's going to fund you except your family members that trust you. So forget about thinking you're going to raise capital in the market when you don't have financials. Also, I would like to find out why you don't have financials, because that's a legal requirement. Maybe you're a person who's not accountable, you don't want to be told what to do, or you don't know how to prepare for financials. Again, complete the questionnaire. Maybe we'll see how we can help. There's lots of systems and processes that you can put in place so that you can have your financial statements. And also then be able to raise capital. But I don't understand issues about tenders. So yeah. Okay. Oh, Mfundo said, I appreciate your honest with us this evening, Precious. Thank you. Anga said, the raw truth, Precious, is giving us today the needs, the stuff after the it's true. Sorry, thank you, Nagas. Thank you, Precious, and the team. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Tsagane also. She had put quite a lot of effort on this. Okay, Matata said, I'm learning a lot, Precious, from this session. Yes. I can also try to assist with pest control person. Okay, let's give them an opportunity to complete the form. Please join the next session or the following session so that both of us can come up with the solutions for him. Sandra said, the hard-hitting truth today. Yes, I have to. Guys, the purpose of these sessions is for us to really deal with the root cause of our problems. And we cannot deal with that without telling what it is. And as I said, some of the things I don't know, it's just the energy that I'm getting. And that's why I will say some of it is personal development and some of it is just hardcore. You have not done your groundwork that you should have done. And sometimes it's because you don't know, but sometimes it's because you are ignorant. You are choosing not to do certain things because you are not accountable. You are a shareholder and a director at the same time, and you don't have a coach. And that is why some of you are running your businesses like side hustles. You are full-time in it, but it's still it's a side hustle. It's a sideline. It's like our president, right? Who's not, we don't feel him, that is there. And that because being a president is a side hustle, you know. So those are the things we're gonna need to come to understand, but also understand the impact. I also think some of you, when you realize that something else is not working out, you diversify too much. You go and diversify too much. So maybe you're in construction, you then start catering. Guys, you can't do that. You don't have the skills in catering. You don't have the network in catering. It's like literally entrepreneurs, especially Black entrepreneurs, we always are startups. When you look at the number of years you guys have been in businesses, your business should be thriving, should be big businesses, but they're not. Why? Because you are diversifying too much and you are not building from what you have already. I also think you are not looking at other alternatives in entering the market. Other alternative could be mergers and acquisition, permanent joint ventures, strategic partners, owning associate businesses. These are all ways that you can actually be able to acquire certain businesses within your value chain. That's a thing. So someone who is in construction should be asking themselves, okay, I can't find job right now, but there's certain product that we use in construction that the households are using or they are doing. Let me then sell that product. That could be an income generation for you. Maybe you were a plumber, but you can see that there's no more quite a lot of work in plumbing. Then teach yourself a skill of restoring bath. Teach yourself a skill of, but do you see now, I'm not going way out of my industry. I'm just expanding the services and the offering that I'm making. There's so many examples I can make. So I'm saying, when you now move to another industry, you really are shooting yourself on the foot. So yeah, okay, guys, that's what I wanted to share today, and thank you so much for being here. And we had such a great turnout today. It's not like last week. I think previous week session, people were on leave. I thought you entrepreneurs don't take leave. Nama was sick that day, so I didn't. Please complete the questionnaire for yours, but think about the things that I've shared with the others. So make your plan and things that you are doing better, so that when we are doing, so that we can progress. Remember, the main purpose of this is to learn from each other. The main purpose of having these group sessions, and we're going to have them for the rest of the year, is for us to start building businesses and strategies that are going to work. Yes, Yvonne, please come through, my dear. Yvonne, please unmute, my dear, and talk. We are here. I don't think Yvonne's audio is working. Yvonne, maybe type your question on the chat box. Okay, guys, is anyone who has questions? The questionnaire, Patrick, is right now. They've just posted it now. So they've just posted it now on the chat box. Just scroll up on the chat box. It is there. Guys, do you have any questions? Okay, type in my. I like what you have put there. I don't know who's actually that has said, IH patients mentality is of not letting go. So I think the reason why we don't let go quicker and faster is because we build these businesses with too much emotions. When it doesn't make money, guys, it doesn't deserve to be kept. When it's not doing what it's supposed to be doing, you shouldn't keep it. In-store promotion is though. Do you know, Yvonne, when you're going to Pick and Pay, and there is, or even Checkers, and there is someone who's dressed the same T-shirt as a product, and they're making you taste the food. That is what we call in-store promotion. You can also partner with a mall and create a stall in the middle of the mall and do a promotion. It doesn't have to be inside the market or the store. It can be in a mall. That is what we call indoor promotion, where you are asking people to test so that you know which things they like the most. Make sure you structure the testing, you write down people who said, I like this better, I like this better, so that you are comparing and you choose. Okay, I see there's someone also who's asking, money coming in, money coming out. Yeah. Okay, Tsagane, please share. Guys, those of you who said I don't have the financial statements, we actually even sold you guys. I think I sold it for 200 Rand, an accounting system that you can actually work on, where you literally punch, you put the spreadsheet, and then it prepares the financial statements for you. Tsagane, please share that on the chat box. So guys, you have no excuse about not having accounting records. And I know if you say, I can't pay for pastel, of course you can't pay for because we don't have money, but I've created a spreadsheet for you to be able to do what? To prepare the financial statements on the spreadsheet. Tsagane, please share that before we go. It's on the Gumroad. Please, guys, check on the Gumroad. There's lots of products that are even free on Gumroad. Thank you so much for coming today. And God bless you. We're gonna load this recording, and I'm also gonna load this whole, content, this 25 pages that we had prepared, that we have just discussed as a group. And keep on working. God bless. We need you. We need you to keep moving. And we also get inspired by you consistently working on these businesses. And we are going to come up with solutions. We are working with you every day. And it is hard. Guys, it is very hard. But we're going to keep on pushing because our livelihood depends on it. Our children's lives depends on it, and our families. And as a Black entrepreneurs in South Africa, it feels like sometimes you gotta need to prove yourself all the time. And it doesn't matter how many years you have been doing what you do. And it doesn't matter what qualifications you've got. It's like, if you're a South African entrepreneur, you lose all your accolades. Every day you are proving yourself. Every day. It's just so unfair. But it is what it is. We can't change it. We need just to improve and support each other. Look at opportunities on how we can help each other consistently, because we only have each other. That's all we have. Have a look at that store at Gumroad. There is free product. There's also things that we also did a special because we're launching that Gumroad. We are going to launch more product. I need you guys to be transparent and honest though with yourself and keep on working. And thank you so much. You love to have a spreadsheet. Yeah, go and buy the spreadsheet. It comes also with the book. You can buy it separately, but you can also buy it with a book, which is the Essential Finance Handbook. Let me just share for those that are still here. Do you want me to share, guys, and show you what I mean? Yes, no, I don't see any hands. I don't see no. Fundo says yes. Mbali says they're perfect. Okay, there's someone's hand that is up. In the meanwhile, let me open the Gumroad stuff. Okay, the hands, please go ahead. Okay, let me check this. There's a hand, please go ahead. Tsagane, please share the screen. We want to know, do you guys see the products?
Yes, they are visible.
Okay, I don't know. I see there are two people that have raised hands. Can I take their hands first before I go through this? And Tsagane, would you please share the evaluation? We want to know how entrepreneurs are feeling about the content so that we improve, so that we can make sure they get value all the time. We appreciate them so much. Okay, so the lessons you can learn, you can apply when you are starting a business. I mean, guys, this is free. This is free stuff. I have actually not even finished loading it, but it's free. This Noah Reagan started a software called AppSumo. So that is free. Tsakane, can you please take the hands? Let me know, can we allow people to talk, those that have their hands up? Guys, can you just unmute yourself? Or Tsakane, unmute those people that have raised their hands, please.
They have to unmute on their end, and then he lowered their hands. Sposh.
Okay.
They all
So,
lowered their hands now.
okay, please share the Gumroad link. So there's a self-development, critical thinking, visualization, and affirmations. That is free, guys. Do you see? There's more free products than the product that I'm charging. Even the ones that I'm charging things like 100 Rand. The only ones that are 300 Rand are the ones where it's a lot of information I'm providing. Impact of AI in our lives. Some of the work that I'm sharing with you here, we fully did it on AI, and then I critically looked at it and analyzed it and returned it back to AI and said, you didn't answer the question, there's a problem here, then it refined it. And in other areas, I will just pick up easily. So again, we've spoken about this. We had a session that we did. There's a whole list of products here, but majority of the products that are there are free. Here is the bookkeeping. It is 200 Rand, guys. And you're going to use this over and over. It's a multi-year. You can use it for the next 100 years if you want to. So once off investment, 200 Rand. Okay. Okay, guys, you're seeing my sales there. Okay. And also there's my book, the Essential Finance book, if you want to do the startup and end. Thank you. Thank you so much. There's lots of comments on the chat box. Let me go back to the chat box. Oh, everyone wanted to see what we have. Okay, perfect. Guys, thank you so much. Lots of love. And there is someone, Maud. Maud, I also need your help. Okay, Maud, complete the form, no problem. If it's urgent, DM Tsakane. I will find time to actually assist. Perfect. Bye. Thank you. Thank you. See you in 2 weeks' time. Send your questions through and keep on working. Yes, we have shared the link. Join the WhatsApp group, which is GAD WhatsApp group, so that when you have missed something, it's easier for us to manage, because we have over 60 groups because of the NEF. So it's also difficult for us to post in all of them all the time, because we end up taking the space. So please join, and then DM Tsakane your details if you need that bookkeeping manual checklist and stuff. And we also have a business administration tool in there. So we're building up the support. Tsakane's number is right there. Thank you so much, entrepreneurs. God bless. We'll see you in 2 weeks. Keep on working. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Bye. Thank you for the lovely session.
Bye.
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 Now,
See you.
Precious. Goodbye.
Bye, Harold.
Most precious, hello.
Hi,
Hello.
Mrs. President. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. How are you? Yes. Thank you for that. That's the gospel truth.
I'm so sorry, but you know me. I have to say it as I see it.
Yes, I know you. Straight on the face, you just throw it, and then shame, I take it. Thank you.
Thank you, my dear. Namza
Bye-bye.
Molebokang. Bye.
Okay. I'll talk to
Thank
Tsakane next. Yes. Thank you
Perfect,
for the
ma'am.
support.
No
Thank
problem.
you. All right.
Thank you.
Good
Bye,
night,
Sipo.
darling. Bye-bye.
Harold, Sposh. Please, if you have any question, Chris, if you still need more support because your hand was up earlier, let me know. And thank you. Bye.